Assalamu alaikum. I am Abida and I am going to teach you Analytical Chemistry 1 Chem 402. This course is for the students of BS Chemistry 4th semester session 2018 to 22. The topic of today's discussion is Analytical Chemistry and its application in other disciplines of science. So, what analytical chemistry is? Analytical chemistry is concerned with the chemical characterization of matter and the answer to two important questions. What is it? Which we will deal in qualitative analysis, and how much is it? Which is concerned with quantitative analysis. So what we will do in analytical chemistry, we will take a substance or compound and we will analyze it in two ways: qualitatively, that which elements are present in that substance or compound, and how much is it, that what is the quantity of elements in that compound. Analytical chemistry is very important in different disciplines. It is of utmost importance in agricultural. It has find its value in clinical analysis, environmental chemistry. It is very important for the point of view of forensic analysis, for the manufacturing of different goods, for metallurgical processes, for example, in order to determine and then to specify the quantity of iron in steel. And it is also important, very much actually important, in pharmaceutical chemistry. Analytical chemistry find its application in food as well as in pesticides, in biological analysis, like for the monitoring of blood glucose level in diabetic persons, and it also has importance in forensic analysis. So food must be analyzed for contaminants, example given pesticide residues, and for essential nutrients, example given vitamin contents. So food, it may have contaminants like pesticide residues and important components like vitamin. So both these contents, they can be determined by means of the methods of analytical chemistry. Likewise, the air we breathe must be analyzed for toxic gases, example given carbon monoxide, and analytical chemistry can provide the methods in order to determine the amount of these toxic methods. Blood glucose must be monitored in diabetic, and in fact most diseases are diagnosed by chemical analysis. So analytical chemistry plays a vital role in the determination of different diseases. The presence of trace elements from gunpowder on a perpetrator's hand will prove a gun was fired by that hand. So this is the aspect of forensic analysis which can be performed by means of analytical chemistry. So by means of analytical methods, sample will be taken from the hand of the guilty, and this sample will be analyzed by analytical methods, and if a person has fired a gun, then even a small amount of the gunpowder can be detected by means of analytical analysis, and this will help in the identification of the guilty person. The quality of manufactured products often depends on proper chemical proportion, and measurement of the constituents is a necessary part of quality assurance. So analytical chemistry can prove itself to maintain quality assurance. First, we will determine the elements present, and secondly, we can maintain the quantity of these elements in a sample, and this will play a vital role in the maintenance of quality assurance. The carbon content of steel will influence its quality. So as I have mentioned in the previous slide, that analytical chemistry is important in metallurgical processes. So by means of analytical process, we can not only determine the carbon content present in steel, but also we can maintain it. In this way, we can produce different samples of steel containing same composition of carbon. So this is all because of analytical chemistry methods. The purity of drugs will influence their efficacy. Analytical chemistry is of vital importance in pharmaceutical chemistry. By means of analytical analysis, we can determine the constituents of the tablets, and then we can also measure their quantity. So we can not only maintain the constituents but also maintaining their quantity. We can produce different batches of drugs, of tablets having same chemical constituents of the as well as same quantity. Now we will move ahead from analytical chemistry towards analytical sciences. The discussion which we have done for analytical chemistry, this provides an overview of the discipline of analytical chemistry. There have been various attempts to more specifically define the discipline. The late Charles N. Raleigh said, "Analytical chemistry is what analytical chemists do." So this is the most simplistic definition, that analytical chemistry is the science what analytical chemists do. Then the discipline has expanded beyond the bounds of just chemistry, and many have advocated using the name analytical science to describe the field. This term is used in National Science Foundation report from workshops on curricular development in analytical sciences. Even this term falls short of recognition of the rule of instrumentation, development and application, and one suggestion is that we use the term analytical science and technology. So what scientists have done, they have broadened the scope of analytical chemistry to analytical science, because analytically we are not only restricted to the chemical substances, but it has found its importance, for example, in agriculture as well as in forensic sciences. So scientist was of the view that we should not restrict analytical chemistry. We should not only restrict it to analytical chemistry, but should use the word analytical science, so it can cover the broader aspect. So they have used the word analytical science, although this word analytical science, it cannot cover the techniques or instruments which we use for the measurement of for the identification and measurement of the elements present in a compound. So the more accurate term they suggest was analytical science and technology. So what is analytical science? The Federation of European Chemical Societies held a contest in 1992 to define analytical chemistry, and the following suggestion by K. Kamen was selected. Analytical chemistry provides the methods and tools needed for insight into our material world. So what analytical chemistry will do, it will provide the methods and tools needed for insight into our material world. By means of material world, we mean the chemical substances and the compounds we want to investigate, and we will use different methods and tools for the investigation of these chemicals or compounds, and it will answer four basic questions. What, that is, what type of elements are present within a compound, where, from where these elements are extracted or this compound is extracted, how much, what is the quantity of elements present in this specific compound, and then in more advanced work we can determine the arrangements of atoms present in a compound, and then we can also deduce its structure, or in what is the formation of this compound. So these two, what and where, these are associated with qualitative analysis, and how much and what arrangement, structure or form, these two terms they are related to quantitative analysis. So these four aspects, they cover qualitative, spatial, quantitative and speciation aspects of qualitative science. The division of analytical chemistry of the American Chemical Society developed a definition of analytical chemistry, which is: analytical chemistry seeks ever improved means of measuring the chemical composition of natural and artificial materials. So what analytical chemistry do? It seeks ever improved means of measuring the chemical composition of natural and artificial materials. So whether the products, whether the compounds to be investigated, these are natural or artificial. What analytical chemistry will do, it will try to see or improved means of measuring their chemical composition. The techniques of this science are used to identify the substances which may be present in a material. Again, it will cover the qualitative aspect, and to determine the exact amount of the identified substance. Again, that it will cover the quantitative aspect. Analytical chemists serve the needs of many fields. For example, in medicine, analytical chemistry is the basis for clinical laboratory tests which help physicians diagnose disease and change progress in recovery. In industry, analytical chemistry provides the means of testing raw materials and for assuring the quality of finished products whose chemical composition is critical. Many household products, fuels, paints, pharmaceutical, etc. are analyzed by the procedures developed by the analytical chemistry before being sold to the consumer. So in order to enhance your study on analytical chemistry, articles you may study, or the interesting article which is published by a leading analytical chemist, G.E.F. Londell, from the National Bureau of Standards in 1935. The topic of the the topic of this article was the analysis of things as they are, and it describes why we do analysis and the chemical processes. It is published in the journal Industrial and Engineering Chemistry Analytical Edition. And another important paper emphasizing the importance of analytical chemistry is a brief overview of the importance of analytical chemistry in society, with examples that affect our lives and the tools and capabilities. And this is given in the article What Analytical Chemists Do, a Personal Perspective. This is written by Jerry Christian, and it is published in Chiang Mai Journal of Science. So this is all about for the 2 days lecture, and in the next lecture we will see in detail about qualitative and quantitative analysis. Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.